Do you consider carrying your weapon cocked and locked too dangerous? Well, stick around right here on Florida Responsible Carry. I'll give you my opinion. Hey, Steve here. There's a perceived notion that carrying a round in the chamber in your weapon cocked and locked is inherently dangerous and you're probably going to shoot yourself or the gun's going to go off on its own. Well, this is further from the truth. Today's modern firearms are designed with safety features in mind. After all, if you think about it, a manufacturer is not going to put a weapon out there on the market that's going to go off on its own, and you know what kind of uproar that would bring and what kind of reputation they would get, and they'd be out of business before too long. So these manufacturers, the firearm manufacturers, are doing what they can to make these weapons as safe as possible. And that means actually carrying one cocked and locked like the 1911 is perfectly safe. And you just have to get comfortable doing it. And I want to give you a couple of examples here. Now, the two models of firearms, like I said, I've got here are my Smith & Wesson M&P full frame right here, semi-automatic, and my Smith & Wesson Performance Center 1911. Now, let's start with the M&P. As I said previously, all the weapons are safe. I did check them before I started taping this. So you've got a magazine here. You rack one into the chamber. It's got one in the chamber right now, supposedly, if I had put rounds in here. This weapon is technically cocked and locked. It has no safety, but I wear it in a holster that covers the trigger guard and the trigger completely, and it's perfectly safe until I pull it out and I pull the trigger. Once I pull the trigger, it'll fire. Okay? But technically, magazine, rack, this is cocked and locked, ready to go. It's got one round in the chamber. It's cocked and locked. Now, with that being said, let's go over to the 1911 here. The 1911, again, let's say you put a magazine in, put one in the chamber, it's cocked and locked. Now, this particular model 1911 has got a few features on it to make it safe. For one, it's got a thumb safe right here. Press that safe up, and that is one added protection. You have got the grip safety here. You've got to be squeezing the grip and depress this in order to pull the trigger when the safety is off. Right now, I'm pulling the trigger. It's not going to go off, period. Now, let's just say the safety is off. Safety is off. I pull the trigger without depressing the grip safety there. It's not going off. As you can see, the trigger's still there. I press the safety, the grip safety. No, it's not going to do anything until I depress both the grip safety, pull the trigger, and make sure that this safety, the thumb safety, is off. This weapon is completely safe carrying cocked and locked. You can see the hammer's back. No problem at all. Again, I wear this in a holster that covers the trigger guard completely. It stays in the holster. Whenever I pull it out in a safe manner. I always lay it down in a safe manner. If I want to unload it, I unload it facing away from anything that I don't want to shoot. Just common gun safety, So technically, carrying this cocked and locked is just the same as carrying this cocked and locked, because a round in the chamber and all you have to do is pull the trigger. This one's got a few more safety features on it than this one, but technically, cocked and locked is the same for both weapons. One of them you just can't see the striker pin is ready to go. The firing pin is ready to be released. This one you can visually see the hammer is released. And I think that's a lot of where the problem comes in. People see the hammer's released and they've got a fear that something's going to hit the hammer and it's going to go off. But I have read articles where these guns have been dropped from 8, 10, 15 feet locked like this and everything, and the gun got damaged, but the trigger never, the hammer, I'm sorry, never got released. The never was released. The round did not go off. So, let me know, do you carry cocked and locked if you have a weapon that is designed like the 1911? Or did you even think about the fact that carrying a semi-automatic is cocked and locked all the time if you have one in the chamber. Or even if you don't have one in the chamber, if you take one out of the chamber just and put the magazine in, it's still cocked and locked. One in the chamber or not. Well, what's your opinion? Are you comfortable carrying something cocked and locked like that? Leave the comments below. And if you have any questions, just ask me and I'll see if I can answer them for you. Till next time, this is Steve with Florida Responsible Carry. Be safe out there.